On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go, one more. Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Slam, 54.
He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
4th and 1.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go with Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Watson on 1st down. It's complete to Fuller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Texans 6.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They run here with Jason Huntley, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Across midfield.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
To throw again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
34 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Flush to his right. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At the 49.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
24-yard line.
6-0 our score after one.
Quarter. With the score, Texans 6, Jaguars nothing.
Mike, whoa. Man, that's trash. That's trash. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. It's our field. Hey,
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. On the move to his left. He may try and run for this. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On first down, Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0. 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay popped.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Gary Conley. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they'll run with a former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Pass complete from Watson to Akins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch of the game for Cooks. That'll be a first down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Jaguars, nothing. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot.
They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's taken down inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
First down carry here for Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead.
The score, Texans 29, Jaguars nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing again is Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Finding fouls complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here we go. 3-6.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. He's going to air one out. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. They've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Jacksonville.
Now a dump off here complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A gain of 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
20-yard line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Texans take over first.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
44's the mic. 44's mic. 44's down. He's coming. Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing again. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Check. Check. Hey, we got to
To the air yet again, Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And here comes Westbrook. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
The 33-yard line.
This is Chenault on the receiving end.
Jackson's pass complete to Laviska Chenault. 2 yards on the play. And a Jaguar First
Nothing
down.
in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. That one complete. He finds Shark. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he'll let this one go deep for Shark. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw again is Jackson. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. And Jackson throwing once more. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Jaguars.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And this offense is running away with this one. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this, saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
20-yard line.
To throw again, Jackson. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. From the gun, Jackson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone. Gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson now. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
A loss of 2.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Come on. 44.
From his goal line here, Watson. Open man, the tight end fells. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
1st down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
44. Mike, 44. Hey, 59. 3 bucks. Share.
Throwing now, Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
A 6-yard
6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's got Fuller. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Gary and Conley. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Check, 47.
Yeah, that's what I do. 47's the mic.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And Watson's going to throw it here. Flushed out right. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Texans.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.